Better Investing. Today is March 6th, 2026. Happy Friday. Market is still open. It's about to close. Um, just go through the market really real quick. I don't know what you kind of make of the price action. I mean, did anyone kind of see a gap down today? I think there was some information came out early in the morning. Maybe I think there was like job numbers. What was it? Came around like 8:30. Okay, initial job claims. I guess that was bad. Who knows? But yeah, market gap down after kind of wicking off of like these lows here. Um, like yesterday, it was like, oh, and I was asking yesterday. I was like, what's that news? Because I remember yesterday, like, because I was trying to bounce SPY around like 675, and I got stopped out like 30 minutes later. And let me just make sure I'm not on any calls. Hold on. All right, we're good. Yeah, and I remember I getting stopped out, and then I watched it rip to all the way up to 680, and I was like, damn. And I was like, what's that news? And then like, I was like, man, that probably wasn't some news. That was probably some hedging or something else. I'm not sure. I don't know. I always say I don't fucking know. But then people probably bought that up. It was like, oh, we're probably going to rip tomorrow. VIX Crush Friday, gap down. Right? And then we try to push. It looked like this morning. It looks like we try to push, and all we did was just stall out right here near these lows and continue lower. Right, and now we're just wicking off of the prior day low. Or now what do we do? Right? Do we gap up Monday? Like it's so crazy right now with what you're seeing on the market. It's respecting technicals, at least you can almost say, like intraday. I mean daily, who fucking knows? But like buy the bottom, short the top. Buy the bottom, short the top. I don't like that's the type of action you got here. But yeah, I mean this is getting a little nasty. So 10 minutes to the close. We're near the lows, barely any bounce. Look at QQQ really fast again. My issue with QQQ, um, and it's funny because SPY is down here at the bottom of these candles, and QQQ is not. It's a little a little diversion there. I guess that's with IGV kind of bouncing a little bit, but yeah, still kind of stuck in a range within a bigger range, right? I mean, this is now going. I guess we can mark this out. This is now day 30 of being below the 50-day moving average. I'm think it's safe to say that. I don't like that it's covering all that space. There we go. Right. So now, right, that's the 30 trading sessions down that we are below the 50-day moving average. Again, I think the longer that we stay below this 50-day moving average, I think more volatility exists, and I think there's more chance for a downturn, or I think that we can continue to go lower. And maybe the washout is coming soon, right? Maybe the washout is through the 200-day, through this base, and maybe we get some sort of capitulation rally. Again, this could be the start of a new trend towards the downside, or maybe this can be your fake whoopsie, and now that kind of catapults us higher. I honestly don't know, and I'm not going to sit here and act like I do. Um, Looking here really quickly at Max, I think Max looks very similar to QQQ, kind of just stuck in between, an area. And again, if you look at it from the perspective of, how long it's been below the 200-day and stay below the 200-day, well, now, I'm sorry, the 50-day, well, now, this is now working on also around 30 days of being below the 50-day moving average. And it's not that I'm putting a whole bunch of significance on the 50-day. It's just about the duration of how long we've been below it, right? So now we can just start to count, well, how many days are we going to start staying below the 200-day moving average, right? And the more we stay below there, the more I think, there's potentially more unload to the downside. But I think in this market, you just got to take it day by day. Don't care about what the news is. Just follow the price action. Um, but yeah, I think for me, what did I hit today? I hit this BATL. Hit this again today. I talked about this yesterday up here at this 2670 spot, I believe it is. We'll go look at that really quick. I think it should still have it marked out. Um, again, I was short this, and the thing was, I got a nice entry, and I took it off when we broke here. When we broke here, I just took it off because I still have my stop all the way up here, and it kind of just like, um, I don't know if the word's right, a pond on me, but it kind of made me think like, hold up, like I can't leave my stop all the way up here because like this is a small cap, right? It only has about 12 million shares that are traded. If I leave my stop up there, like this thing could rip 15, 16% and get halted, right? And then it can open up here, and next thing you know, I'm screwed. So like when I thought about that, I just closed the rest down here. I was like, you know what? I'm satisfied with that move again. I was able to get on this candle here as it broke, and I put my stop above, above the previous high. Um, and I just kind of just let it work. I just knew that was an area that again yesterday kind of you see it stalled out here, and I was able to get in on this candle right here. And again, it was a hell of a move. Of course, you know me, I like to sell some. So the remaining that I had, I was just like, I'm not gonna hold it because if it rips, and I seen this happen like a candle right after. That's 3%. That's three. That's 6% right there, right? So that, like I couldn't leave my break even stop all the way up here because I don't know. I never I never I never had a scenario like that, but I can see how that scenario can play out because like if you're short or right if you're short on the stock, you're like, well, I'm just gonna leave my stock at break even. But if and I don't know what the mechanisms is for it to halt, but I believe it's like 10, 20% or 10, 15% in a matter of a couple of minutes. Like this could easily go 15%, really quick and halt. And my even though my stop is right here, it never gets fired, and the next thing you know, it opens above my stop, right? So I just thought about that, and I was like, when I do kind of play these small floats, I still have to be able to think about my overall risk and still probably bringing that stop down, just because of that potential spike. So I was able to hit that. Took a little bit of this Tesla. Where's this at right now? Had a good spot on this. Um, There it is. Right here in this 400 spot, kind of seeing how I just bounced off here. Again, I day trade, right? It's not something you do on a daily, like, oh, why are you trading that? Again, it's kind of just easy to see how it's rejecting up here. I was able to get that move, trimmed some, took the rest off of VWAP, left it alone. And did I trade anything else? Fuck else did I trade? Oh, I did trade UXVI, UVXY at the open. Probably got lucky on this. I actually shorted this. Moved down here like this break. At like 49.50. Got a little move, put my stop at break even. And eventually got stopped on the rest. So that didn't really work out. Probably the best thing was probably the long this thing. Um, but yeah, that was it. I didn't trade SNDK today. I think I was going to stay away from SNDK because I knew it was going to come into like this 550 spot. God damn. SNDK just got fucking destroyed. Sorry, excuse my language. I wasn't expecting that big of a move. But yeah, I was looking at, damn, did I not have an alert? I thought it was going to kind of hold this base right here around like 543. And it looks like it did not. It's actually pulling lower. Where's that spot? Right here, just melted straight through. I don't really see how I would have caught this. Maybe up here, there's a spot to catch it at 557. That's crazy. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's just no. I mean, whole market looks risked off right now. If you kind of look at it, I mean, you kind of see all the sectors are red. We're coming up 2 minutes left on the bell. All sectors are pretty much red. Only XLE is kind of flat. I know people have been looking at USO lately because of the big move up. Maybe this is a situation where you can get maybe a parabolic short. I think it's getting there. Right, we got gap up day one, gap up day two. If this gaps up on Monday, there could be a potential here. This dot right here kind of indicates how far from an ATR percentage it's away from the 50-day moving average, and right now it's 12 times its average true range above the 50-day moving average. So this is setting up for a potential parabolic short. Excuse me. Yeah, this is setting up for a potential parabolic short, I think. Um, no, one of the things we talked about with a parabolic short is like it at first. Well, damn, I mean this build the base, right? It has built the base. You can say it's been basing, pretty much between this range here. I mean, we can say I wouldn't say 80, but like let's be technical, like right here. It's kind of been building a base, and actually, I don't know. But this is a fresh base, but I mean, it's building a base. I gotta go check my notes on if that actually I have my notes available. Hold on, because I don't want to misinterpret um this just being a new move versus an actual. Hold on, where's my notes? Pull up my notes real fast. Just pull this up real quickly. Hold on, folks. See what we got here. Um, I just don't want to misinterpret this as kind of like being the first leg of a big move. I mean, but this is a hell of a move for me from this breakout. You know what? No, I mean it's not even up. It has to be. Yeah, I don't think it. Come on. All right. Okay. All right. Some of the things I got. All right, parabolic burst, minimum of 4 8 weeks space or tight consolidation. I think we have that here, 4 to 8 weeks, right from October, tight range, right. You can see that. I mean, shit, this is from October 2023, trading in this range, $20 range. So I mean, we kind of check the mark there. Right, you have that clear pivot. Volume contraction, not too sure. I mean, yeah, I mean, volumes has really been, very, very low in this particular base. Um, and it's really starting to pick up now as it broke out. Um, Breakout day volume, at least 150% of average. I mean, we can kind of see here what the average is, for the month, or right. I mean, this is trading definitely in that category. So I think we're checking the boxes there. Expansion in daily range versus prior weeks. Um, Absolutely expansion in range from the prior weeks. They're just getting that. Um, I mean, I think it's starting to. I think it's checking this box. I just have notes from previous ones that worked. Um, yeah, I think this is something to continue to watch into the week. I want to look up one more thing real fast. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, because I don't want to misinterpret this from a perspective. Hold on. Hmm. Yeah, I feel like this is the beginning of the move. I don't know if I want to classify this. Like, let me go back to like KRU. Yeah, like KRU had it. Like it broke out of this base. Then it kind of had to move like a trend, and then it burst. I feel like this is still the beginning of it. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there's opportunity here. I mean, I guess I don't know. But I think there's potential, maybe. Um, it's not really gave you that setup though, right? That's one, two, no. Yeah, but yeah, it's something to look at. Actually, let me go ask Bronco. Um, he changed his name. Oil Bryant. But yeah, man, that's really all I got here. I'll check in with you guys over the weekend. See where things at. I mean, news driven, headline driven. I think you just kind of wait and see. Again, if you're a swing trader, this is not the environment for you. I'll just be honest with you. Like, there's no reason why you should be trying to swing. If you do, just cut your size and like to like a quarter of what you do. And see if you get some traction there. Definitely a day trader's environment. Um, and with a VIX this high, just be cautious trading options. It just isn't worth it. All right, folks. Peace. God bless.